Hey, if you're new here, I'm Joy of Frugal Creative Living, and I'm all about helping you to tap into your creativity so you can live frugally and stretch those dollars to make them do what you need them to do. The problem for some of us, though, is that we don't even own the money we make because we owe so much of it to other people. And by other people, I mean credit card companies, banks, the student loan people. So in this video, we're going to unpack something that's key to frugal living, and that's paying off debt. Debt can be intimidating and overwhelming, but I'm going to walk you through effective methods of paying off your debt. We'll go over the pros, cons, and some examples to help you decide which one or ones are best for you, your personality, and your lifestyle. So we're going to start with the avalanche method. And with this approach to paying off debt, you're focusing on the debt with the highest interest rate first. You want to pay as much as you can towards that while making minimum payments on your other debt. So if you have a credit card with 18% interest and a personal loan at 10%, which one are you going to start with? The credit card. Why? Because the higher the interest, the more it's going to cost you beyond what you actually spent. And by attacking that high interest debt first, you reduce how much you'll pay over time. So if you can pay off that credit card that's charging you maybe 27% interest, that's money that you can start keeping in your pocket that much sooner. But one thing you do want to keep in mind, the avalanche method requires patience. It might take a little time to get that big debt down, so you have to stick with it even when it feels slow. But after it's paid off, it is completely worth it. Next is the snowball method. And unlike with avalanche, with the snowball method, you start by paying off your smallest debts first, no matter what the interest rate is. So if you have a $200 medical bill, a $1,000 credit card balance, and a $5,000 loan, you're going to tackle the $200 first. And this method is just all about motivation. Paying off the smaller debts first gives you those quick wins, which can help you build momentum and keep you motivated. Think of it like checking things off of a to-do list, something that my husband said to me once that I've held on to ever since. When I have a long list of things to do in the course of a day, he said, start with the things you know you can get done the fastest. It just feels great and it keeps you moving forward. So for instance, maybe you have a small $100 credit card charge from a recent purchase. If you pay that off, you'll feel like you're really making progress. And plus, this method is especially helpful if you just know that you struggle staying motivated, because those quick wins are going to build confidence to get you to the other side of this. Now, there is a downside to this method. If your larger debts have high interest rates, then you may be paying more interest over time. So if interest rates really worry you, then weigh that before committing to the snowball method and maybe opt for the avalanche method. Or maybe this next one is the one for you. And that is the hybrid method, which is just combining the avalanche and snowball methods together. The hybrid method combines the motivation of the snowball method with the savings potential of the avalanche method. So you start by paying off a small debt for one of those quick wins, then switch to focusing on high interest debt to reduce your overall costs. So let's say you have a $200 medical bill, a $1,000 credit card balance at 18% interest, and a $5,000 student loan at 7%. You would pay off the medical bill first for that quick morale boost, and then shift your focus to the credit card to avoid the high interest. And this method just provides that momentum you need while also saving you interest. And it's flexible, which can help to maintain the motivation without costing you more in the long run. Next up is debt consolidation. And this involves combining multiple debts into one loan with a single, usually lower interest rate. And you'll commonly see debt consolidation happen through getting a personal loan or a specific debt consolidation loan. And the way it works is, say you have 3 credit cards with different balances and interest rates. If you can qualify for a personal loan with a lower rate, then you can take that loan and use it to pay off all 3 credit cards. And so now you just have one payment to make each month. Debt consolidation basically just helps to simplify your finances and potentially save you money on interest if you can secure a good rate. But make sure that the numbers make sense. You want to make sure that the math is mathing. Check for any fees that might be associated with the debt consolidation loan, and make sure that the new payment is something that you can actually handle each month. Another thing to watch out for as well, if you're using the new loan to pay off credit cards, do not keep using those cards. Avoid the temptation to add more debt. The whole thing only makes sense if you commit to having only that one new payment and then get that paid off. Next is the balance transfer method. And this makes sense for you if your debt is on high interest credit cards. You just basically transfer your balance to a new card that offers a low or even a 0% introductory interest rate, which can give you some breathing room. So let's say you have $3,000 on a credit card with 20% interest. You find a balance transfer card that's offering 0% interest for 12 months. You transfer the balance and then focus on paying down as much of that as you can during that interest-free period. So that's 12 months where all of your payment goes directly to reducing the balance with no extra interest. Now, to make the most of this, you want to make sure that you're calculating how much you need to pay each month to get as close to zero as possible by the end of that promotional period. And even if you can't pay it all off, you would have reduced your balance by a lot more than with a high interest card. Just be aware, most balance transfer cards do charge a fee, usually somewhere around 3 to 5% of the transferred amount. And you want to factor this in to see if the transfer is truly worth it. And then if there's any balance left at the end of the 0% period, interest is going to kick in. So be mindful of the timeline. Let me know in the comments if you've tried any of these methods. And if this video was helpful, please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more ways to live frugally and make the most of what you have. Thanks for watching. And remember, you are closer to financial freedom than you think. So just keep going, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.